Yo! This is your man's David Bruce with my lovely co-host.
Kelly B.
We're about to go down in the DM.
Ooh.
We're
It's
about
like
to
when,
see what's going on
when
in the
he
DMs.
says it, I just say, woo, because y'all, I guess with the title down, y'all really, y'all get down in there. But,
Down in the
That's
DM.
what it's for. That's what it's for. I ain't
It's very entertaining. Last out. So check it. Before we get into the DMs, right?
Okay.
So the whole lovely thing.
Please address the lovely.
She's lovely on the eyes. Do you know how many people said that to me?
Really?
At least, at this point, probably about 10 to 12 people done said that to me. Like, repeated that to me. And then people didn't know that I was so crazy about me alone. What else? Oh, people been calling me Young Billy D. Williams. That's your fault. You said that shit.
I'm just saying though, for real. Like last time, y'all gonna see as we go on. Y'all gonna see.
It's so yeah.
Young Billy D.
So yeah, she's lovely on the eyes, and Young Billy D. Williams has. People have said that to me since the viewing of the last episode. Thank you to everyone who's viewed the episode.
Yes, thank you so much.
YouTube,
Y'all really coming through with support.
Yeah, so let's get down in the DM. Let's see what let's see what the people talking about.
Woo. Okay, so
damn, is that heavy?
It is, because this. First of all, let me tell you how I know it's heavy. When it start off backstory. So I mean, yeah.
Backstory.
They let you know that this was previous. Yeah. All right. So about 2 to 3 months ago, I can't remember who initiated the conversation. I began a short-lived conversation with a guy who was a friend on Facebook.
Yeah.
Red flag number 1. And he
That's not a red flag. That's not like friends on Facebook. Oh, God.
Okay, I'll get into my red flag later. So, and he is my ultimate crush. During our chat, it was mentioned that we meet up one time for lunch, and that never happened. The wee morning hours of my birthday, he DM'd to wish me happy birthday and asked me the types of things I like.
Okay.
Somewhat baffled as to why I told him, and his response was that. Okay, he said that. My birthday came and went, and I didn't hear from him for a while. We don't speak much, and from what I can see, he's an extremely busy man with a lot going on. I couldn't help but feel some kind of way, and maybe it's because I really like this man, although I don't know him. And I really like to, but I don't want to impose on what he has going on or be too aggressive in my approach. Did I take the conversation for more than what it was based off of, how I feel about him, and would it be fair to say maybe he's just not that interested?
So you said red flag because of Facebook.
Because, okay, you see pictures, you see people on Facebook, they might be attractive, they might be cute. I think you just leave it at that. Because
you know how many love connections have been made because of the good people of Facebook?
I've not met anybody. I don't know anybody.
Well, you haven't met.
No, not me. But I'm just saying, I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody personally.
No, I know people. I know people who relationships started.
It's just like it's online dating. So like, is that like a real good thing? Like, does that really like work? I don't know. Like I see it in movies, but I've never heard anybody legit.
No, I know people who met on social media.
Oh, okay.
And married with children today.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so I mean, it's possible to meet someone on Facebook.
Okay.
And fall in love, and it works. Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, look, that's the way the world communicates now.
I mean, you know.
So she asked a lot of questions.
She did. So she began the conversation. She crushed on them. They chatted. They were supposed to go out for lunch. They did not.
Okay.
So the wee hours in the morning of her birthday, he DM'd to wish her happy birthday and asked the type of stuff that she liked.
Okay.
She told him what she liked. His response was bet.
Okay.
That was it. He just said what you like. She said he said bet.
Okay.
Her birthday came and went. She didn't hear from him. They don't speak often. She figured he's busy. She's trying to figure out where was the disconnection because she thought that they were going to get some things going. Basically, they were supposed to go to lunch. He might have going to get her a gift, she thought, because he asked what she liked. So she's saying, did she take the conversation for too much, or was he just really not that interested?
I would say this, right, young lady. I wouldn't say that, because she said something about he's busy.
She
right?
said it appears that
It appears. Okay, it appears.
based off his social media. Now.
Okay.
We already know how that goes. Everybody busy. Everybody's busy.
Kelly, what is your problem?
Everybody's a boss on social media.
Okay, so check. So
he
what?
appeared to be.
Okay, so the young man. I don't even know who people young.
Well,
the man.
The gentleman.
The gentleman appears to be busy,
Appears to be
right?
busy, that's what she said.
Because of
Wherever
Facebook
he
posts,
puts something.
whatever, right? So I wouldn't say that there isn't a legitimate interest there, right? You know what I mean? Because she said they had a short-lived conversation.
Yeah.
He wished her happy birthday.
The fact that he asked what you like.
Yeah,
there's
so I
something
think there's an interest there. It just made, sometimes, if a person has a lot going on, you probably have to be, I wouldn't say aggressive, but, sometimes it's out of sight, out of mind, or like you have to put yourself, say, hey, drop them a line. Like, yo, thinking about you, hope everything's going well, or, because if even though you said it appears.
It does. We don't know.
If the young man is busy, if the dude is busy, he may just have a lot going on, and I think you should try to if you do, because she called the man a crush and all types of stuff.
Yeah,
she into the dude,
really
right? So there's nothing wrong with a woman being a little bit more forthcoming. I don't believe
it's not, but I'm trying to figure out what is she. She said she's really into him, but I guess based off of what though? Like y'all haven't really. You said y'all small talk, so I'm trying to figure out how she get this deep into.
I don't know. Maybe from his post, maybe from the pictures, maybe from the fact that I don't know. But what I would say is this: be a little bit more forceful. Like if you really like the guy, shoot your shot.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're gonna know.
But now she thinks that he's not interested, so now she's a little skeptical. That's what she doesn't know.
Well, it's only one way to know.
Is he interested or is he not? She doesn't know now because
listen, ma'am. Shoot your shot, ma'am.
Here you go with the ma'am.
That's all I was saying. Shoot your shot and let's see what happens.
No, seriously.
And write us back and tell us.
If you like him and you feel like that, there's nothing wrong with you responding and saying, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Da, 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 da. You can even say, I had a great time for my birthday, da, 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 just to kind of see what he says. He might say, oh, I'm sorry, something happened, whatever. You could try. Now, I will say, you're only going to try one time. One time. Then, after that, it is what it is.
Okay.
But
that's fair.
There's nothing wrong with
going out shoot your shot, baby girl. That's what would be my advice.
I don't think
shoot your shot.
I don't think that he's not interested. I don't think that he's
he was asking about birthdays.
Yeah,
nobody does that.
Yeah.
What's the next DM, Kelly?
Right.
That was a good one.
That was. I work in a warehouse, and I work with a lot of Mexicans. Weird. Okay, listen, y'all. All right, I'll go there later. We're all young. Most of us are under 30. The issue I'm having is they openly use the word nigger
oh boy.
in front of me as if I'm not black. It's never been towards me, nor has any of them addressed me with the word, but I'm really starting to get mad at the fact that they use it so much because some Mexicans think they white. I want to say something to Human Resources, but all the ladies that work in there are white or Mexican. We have one black manager on my shift, but he's not my manager. My manager is an old white dude that probably calls me a nigger under his breath too. Wait a minute, how you do
this? Is heavy.
He just went, oh wow, okay. Yeah, I'm so confused about what I should do because I need my job, but I don't feel comfortable when I'm here. What would y'all do? Well, first of all,
that's heavy.
It is.
Damn.
He said everybody in Human Resources is white and Mexican. So, well, here's the thing. Is that like, it's a difference because is this like legit? It must be a small company. Is that like?
Well, no, he's at a warehouse.
Well, warehouse. But still, like, is that Human Resources on, like on the grounds or
Oh,
like
like
a bigger
on site,
corporation.
right.
You know,
Okay.
'cause sometimes they have on site people who
Yeah,
handle
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So I'm gonna say this: it might be somebody bigger and more authority than people that's actually on site at the warehouse.
Yeah.
You can find that out. That you can find out. And if so, then that means you go over their heads. But you don't necessarily know. You said you feel like because your immediate manager is an old white man. You don't know. He might not be. You know, he might not be for that. He might think it's inappropriate. He might be ready to be on your side. You just gotta try and see.
So
But,
it's a touchy situation.
but also
from a lot of
test
aspects,
them
right?
and let them know.
Yeah,
I think you should
exactly.
first start off and say, "Hey,
I'm not
I'm not
comfortable
okay
with
with
that.
y'all
Yeah.
saying that. I'm not okay with y'all talking like that around me." You know, and I know. So here's how that's gonna backfire, because the first thing they're gonna say is,
Y'all say it.
"Y'all said." You know, that people said in music, other
Yeah.
rappers of other cultures, and you
Yeah.
know, ethnicity
So,
said in it. So
That's why it's a touchy is a touchy thing, right? Especially in the climate in which we're in right now.
Exactly.
I do think he should speak up.
First, speak up to them and tell
Yeah,
them
speak
that,
up for yourself.
And
Right?
just see, you have to first see what their response is going to
Yeah, like you can't be in a work environment where you're
totally
uncomfortable
uncomfortable.
and people using terminology that you're not comfortable with, even though it's not directed at you.
Exactly.
So definitely speak up for yourself first and foremost. If nothing comes of that,
Then you go outside of the because I'm
Yeah.
almost positive
but you can't even.
that they're on-site type of human resources
Yeah.
situations. Like, if somebody is bigger, yeah, you can go
But
higher.
even talk to.
But that's only if it don't work when you talk to them. And your man, try your man. You just
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
you
Don't
can't just assume the
that
white
he's
dude.
racist, yeah.
Oh yeah, he called me a nigga too.
Yeah,
Like, you can't
don't-
just assume
don't
that.
assume
So you talk. I would say talk to the individuals who's using the term that's making you uncomfortable
Right.
first. Then talk. If, you get nowhere there. Then you talk to your manager. You get nowhere there. Then you still talk to the women in human resources. I don't care if they white or Mexican.
Exactly.
And if you get nowhere there, and then you just keep going up the ladder, because at some point, you know what I mean, it becomes a hostile work environment.
Exactly.
So you don't want that, and that shit can turn
And
up.
they don't want that either.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. That like so.
On-site racial war at the workplace.
So
yeah.
I would definitely say step to them first to see, what can be done.
Yeah.
And then go from there. But good luck with that, brother. That's heavy, man.
That's really good.
What else we got, Kel?
All right. I was in the grocery store a few weeks ago, and I ran into a friend's ex from college. Okay, this is a friend's ex from college. Okay. And I can't stop thinking about him.
Oh boy. Here we go. The hot and juicy.
Look, the first sentence.
Yeah. The hot and juicy. This is what I was waiting on. I knew the hot and juicy was coming. That first one was kind of hot and juicy too, but yeah. That other one, that shit was heavy.
Ready. We immediately started following each other on Facebook.
What the fuck is going on Facebook?
Facebook is the 2020 love connection.
Yo, there's two stories already about Facebook and love.
That's the link. So let me just say this. I will say that's where the initial let's test the water situation go down on Facebook.
Yeah, apparently so.
So after the Facebook had changed, so I asked my friend when was the last time she seen him and talked to him. And she said not since she got engaged in grad school, which was over 15 years ago.
Oh boy, I know where this headed.
I was reluctant to tell her I seen him because she's happily married with 3 kids now. When I told her, she acted like she had no interest in anything about him. He and I have chatted a few times on Facebook, nothing too serious, mostly catching up types conversation.
Fucking Facebook.
I'm finding myself attracted to him, and I don't know how my friend would feel about me possibly dating him. Yes, they haven't dated in over 15 years, but I don't want her to think I've always been looking or fighting him. Actually, in college, I hated him because the way he treated her. Girl, okay, now
this is
getting
about
to blow me. But that was 20 years ago, and based on a few conversations we've had, he's changed a lot from the 18-year-old guy I knew in college.
That's fair.
I'm conflicted.
That's fair.
I'm conflicted. Here, do I act on my attraction or do I remain a loyal friend? I've never dated the ex of a friend or family member, so I don't know if that's frowned upon or is it okay? So much time has passed since they were together. What shall I do?
Okay, I'm starting this
Go
one.
ahead, 'cause I was
Yeah.
ready. Go ahead.
So look, ma'am. It's been 20 years. If you attracted to this gentleman, y'all been talking on Facebook. I mean, what the fuck is going on?
Facebook is the law.
And y'all been talking on Facebook, and you attracted to him, and your friend dated him 20 years ago in college. Everybody dated in college. That shit don't count. 20 years ago, like no, look, anything after 7 years comes off your.
This is not a
your
credit report.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it is.
You right now, yes it is.
So no, Kelly.
Yes, it is.
Like Kelly, straight up.
And it come
like
off
you
your
talking about
Carfax.
somebody, like these people dated, her friend dated this dude when they was in college at 18, 19 years old.
Right.
These people apparently 40 now. Like you cannot.
Here's the thing. This is your.
But okay, what do you have kids by the friend? No. Was he married to the friend? No. Was he engaged to the friend? No. They dated in college. And how let us be real. How serious could the relationship have really been? You know what I mean? Because people terminology for dating and meaning of dating is, especially in college, everybody dating everybody. So,
I'm dating everybody.
well, Kelly, you're the exception to the rule, right?
I had
So,
boyfriends, and one of my friends, nobody were dating them, and they're not going to date them now.
okay.
Because I'll be mad to this day.
But why? It was 20 years ago.
It don't matter.
It was 20 years ago. But you were 18. Like, that's what
knew that I thought I was in love at that point. So you can't date them.
So I would say this. Listen, I would have the conversation with the friend first.
Yeah,
before,
I'll tell her that.
Hey, yo, I've been talking to the dude on Facebook, and I like him. I like him, and I'm considering, dating him.
And whatever
how would you feel about it?
And whatever the friend's reaction is, sis, is what you need to go from. That's just what it. If she says no,
but why does she care? She married.
It don't matter.
Kids.
That still is,
And they were 18. You were like, yo, she dated the man 20 years ago. The lady been married with children for how many? Like
a lot of years.
A lot. Like, come on, man. Like, because look, I look at it like this. I look at it, and this is real talk. Just because, paths cross at a certain time, that don't mean that, you shouldn't, go down that road. And this is why, I'm being real. Like, at 18, I see if this was an ex from 4 or 5 years ago. 18, and now you're possibly 40. She's talking about 20 years. She said 20 years ago. So this lady approaching 40. So I'm just saying this, like, that may be, I'm not going to allow something from 20 years ago to impede my happiness today because a friend dated somebody.
Even if it's your friend.
Like,
he's saying, look, I used to feel like it's about her, you know that, don't cross that line, don't go down that road, it's just.
But I'm saying though, like,
know,
what if this is the person that God meant for you to be with?
Okay. So
right?
God into here.
Like, look, everybody that comes in your presence, no, real talk.
No.
Everybody that comes in your presence, they might not be for you at the time.
No,
you might, meet them through somebody else and be like, yo, that timing wasn't right, but this timing is.
Right.
So I wouldn't say not pursue it. Holler at your girl. See what she say. See how she feel about it.
I will say you need to let her know that you first saw him.
Well, she told him.
Right.
So the girl didn't care.
Right. So then now you can tell her we've been chatting on Facebook, DMs, or whatever, and you like him or whatever, and see what she says. And I feel like you need to make a decision based off of how you're playing.
Yeah.
He feels like it should matter.
No, I say holler at her, but I'm not
gonna. She said, so if the friend says, you know what, even though that was 20 years ago, you know how I used to feel about him, I'm gonna feel the type of way. I don't want you to talk to him. You feel like that shouldn't be valid.
No. From 20 years ago, no. I'm sorry. I'm not going to stop myself from seeking happiness because you and this person, did what y'all did in college, which everybody was doing.
Keep saying everybody. Everybody wasn't doing
Nah,
that.
it's ridiculous. It's not. I don't think.
I mean, I
think
get
that's
it,
cool.
but
Because that might be the love of that woman's life. Is she gonna miss out on
but
that?
then on the flip side, she said that she hated him because of how he treated her.
But she said the man changed, Kelly.
Well,
With
she don't
20
know
years.
that. Well,
From the conversation, she's talking to him on Facebook.
you can't tell somebody changing no DMs. She ain't spent no time with this man. Y'all didn't you don't know. He could be saying what he needs to say, and he should change at some point before.
Yeah, if you ain't changed in 20 years or something.
But still, he still might be the same way towards women. You don't know that. She don't know that.
Well, I mean, it's only one way she's going to find out, Kelly. And that's if she dates the brother.
If she dates. Okay, well, you heard what I said, so you heard what he said. So put them two together. See how that work out for you.
I think
I
it'll be
don't
okay.
think your friend's gonna be too fine.
Friends married. Friends married with children. She's Al Bundy. She's married with children.
Have you ever heard of somebody having like a soft spot for a person regardless?
Yeah, I mean, like,
it don't matter
what
happened, how much time passed. She may have that, and her friend would know that if she had that.
Yeah, so apparently her friend knows that she don't.
Well, she knows that she does. That's why she's feeling conflicted, and that's why she's down in our DMs right now. There you go. Bam.
Look, ma'am, tell your friend and then go out on a date with the dude. That's all I gotta say. That was down in the DMs. These are getting good.
They really are.
That one about the warehouse is kind of heavy, but other than that,
the warehouse is very heavy.
Yeah.
That's like.
We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna be right back. Yo!